Good morning, night owls, family, friends, and esteemed colleagues. Congratulations for making it to this important milestone in your lives, and congrats to your loved ones who helped you reach this day. I would like to start today's address with a statistic. According to the American Psychiatric Association, post-traumatic stress disorder affects approximately 3.5% of U.S. adults, with approximately 20% of first responders, such as police officers, firefighters, and EMTs being affected. And then there are countless others like myself suffering from a similar difficulty called secondary trauma. Its symptoms are a lot like PTSD and include flashbacks, nightmares, emotional numbness, avoidance of people and places that are reminders of the trauma, as well as difficulty sleeping or concentrating, or feeling jumpy, or easily being irritated and angered. As a firefighter EMT, I have seen and handled many difficult things in my nearly 9 years of volunteer service to the community. But last year, I had an experience that fundamentally changed the way I felt and saw the world. My crew and I responded to a motor vehicle accident involving several teens from the school where I worked as a librarian. All of the children were injured, and tragically, one of them died at the scene. This event filled me with a tremendous amount of fear and anxiety that I had never experienced after any other emergency call. Even though I was surrounded by a loving support system of family, friends, and fellow first responders, I found everyday tasks difficult and felt little joy in the things happening all around me. I withdrew from my family and friends, stopped eating, and at one point even wondered if I would ever laugh, like really laugh again. For those of you who have heard me laugh, you might have considered that a blessing. But people find all kinds of ways to cope with life's difficulties. In one strange way, school filled that role for me. WGU and my studies gave me something to focus on and throw myself into when the rest of the world felt like too much. I loved getting lost in reading and writing papers about things like student engagement and classroom management, and of course, loved stalking TaskStream. I especially looked forward to the weekly calls with my mentor, Kathy. Then another scary event happened, known to those of us in the Teachers College as the first day of demonstration teaching. You know, the day Mama Night Owl shoves you out of the WGU nest and tells you to fly solo. Because if you don't fly, a room full of sharp-toothed elementary students will eat you alive. I was so excited, but still filled with anxiety and feared that my struggles would make teaching difficult. Boy, was I in for a surprise, though. Being surrounded by third graders who loved me and cared about me just as much as I cared about helping them learn and grow sparked the fire I once had inside of me. Every day of DT, little by little, I began enjoying life again. I laughed and cried and ran and jumped and played with my students and lived for my daily afternoon coffee and chat with my host teacher. My last day of DT was bittersweet. I was happy to have completed the task, but I knew I would miss everything about that classroom. I still have moments of darkness and times of unease, especially when driving past locations of previous accidents and when hanging out with my fire brothers and sisters, realizing that 1 in 5 of them will likely be affected by PTSD too. Through grace, I don't live with as much fear and anxiety on a daily basis anymore. By being there 24/7, just waiting for me to log in, WGU and the Teachers College helped me get through a really rough time, and graduating helped me fully realize the amazing support system I have in family and friends. Thanks to their unconditional support, I now have my teaching license and will be teaching my own class of 5th graders this fall. I know that All of us have faced challenges in our lives. But despite those challenges, we kept going. You and your fan club wouldn't be here virtually celebrating today had your challenges beat your drive to graduate. You did it with their support. So be sure to thank your loved ones and pat yourself on the back. Then get ready. Because we don't know what tomorrow brings, but we do know that ambition never rests. Congratulations.